All right, we're going to get Randy's Moss on this take of this email that was leaked. And you got to love leaked emails, right? Basically, if you're not familiar with it, the Raiders coach had a leaked email from 2011, and he was talking about somebody's lips, how it looked like a Michelin tire, and that's got everybody in an uproar, including Randy Moss here. So we're going to listen to him, and then I'm going to give my response to it. So let's get started.
Randy, if you were in that locker room today, would you be able to play for him?
To speaking to Teddy's point, basically you hear us talk about we got a work to do, we got a job to do, and that's to provide for our families. And Teddy hit it right on the head of just putting your head down and going playing football. I speak about the game of football. I fell in love with the game of football, Sam, at 6 years old, and I get emotional talking about it because of situations like this. My civil rights were taken were kind of messed with in high school over the color of my skin. And now being able to play 14 years in the National Football League, to have something like this of a leader. We talk about leadership. We give guys these big contracts because they want to be able to lead 70 men, coaches, equipment staff, and managers to the number one goal, and that's to win the championship. And for us to be moving back and not forward in 21st century, like I said, man, National Football League, this hurts me. The clock is ticking, man. I'm sorry.
No.
I can
right,
play
so
for
let's
you,
talk
but
about
I'd rather
that.
not.
You see, he got a little emotional right there. I beg to differ, but he missed the opportunity right there. He could have really looked at the young black man coming up in this league and used this as an example of why you don't quit. So he's saying his skin color is the reason why he had a hard time in high school and all that. So I looked at his biography. I was wondering, what did he do? So, so it turns out he was a outstanding football and basketball player, but he had an arrest for battery during his senior year, led the University of Notre Dame to withdraw its scholarship offer. So he messed up and it altered his future a little bit. Devastating at the time, I'm sure, but he did enroll in Florida State University. But he violated his parole by failing his drug test. So he had two chances right there. So he failed his drug test and he got a battery charge in high school. And this is the reason why he says, hey, my skin color is the reason why I had a hard time growing up. You see, Randy, you could have used this opportunity to young black man saying, hey, you can mess up in life. It's okay to mess up. As long as you dig and you try, you can still succeed in life. You went on to be a successful football player, and now it looks like you're an analyst for ESPN. So it looks like you're doing pretty good for yourself for somebody who had two mistakes that we know of in life. And normally, if you make one mistake, that's it, you're done. But you made two of them, and you still had a successful career. But you're still blaming your skin color of why life is hard growing up, which is not right. You, I mean, I can't speak for your whole life growing up, but the two things I just read, yes, it makes life difficult if you're trying to have a successful career in the NFL. But you overcame it and you were successful. That was an opportunity to teach young black men, hey, in America, you can mess up and still succeed. But you took the other route and made it a negative instead of a positive. Now, moving on to the email, it was 10 years ago. I don't believe the guy was even in the NFL then when he sent this email. So why are we even discussing this? I mean, Randy's acting like he's never said anything negative about anybody in his whole life. You telling me the whole time in the NFL locker room, y'all never said anything derogatory, sexist, anything like that? It's only this Raiders coach. And I say that because everybody does it, because we're human. We judge people and we have opinions about them. That's just who we are. As no matter how hard we try to, do the right thing, sometimes we just cannot help it as humans to make a comment or say something we're not supposed to because that's just who we are. We're judgmental people. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. You're still going to judge people. But the fact you took this all the way to a negative and saying we're going backwards as a country, it just isn't right because you're the definition of somebody who can fail, rise above it, and succeed in life. And you just totally just destroyed that narrative of, hey, you know what? In America, you can succeed if you mess up. But, that's just my take on it. And as far as the little crybaby tears he did at the end, that was all, I think, for theatric purposes. Uh, Man, I can't believe Randy did that. He went on air and actually did that. It's pathetic. Well, that's all I got to say. Goodbye.